According to the World Health Organization, over 1 in 3 people are affected by neurological conditions, one of the leading causes of disability worldwide. Today, we are looking at epilepsy and other neurological conditions around the world. Stay tuned, the conversation begins after this break. The program is still Sound Health on Lagos Television. Joining us via Zoom this evening is neuroscientist Murtala Bankole, a clinical physiologist in neurophysiology, assistant director, sciences at Luth, EEG at Luth. He is also an advocate. He is also an epilepsy advocate. He is also an epilepsy advocate, PRO Nigerian League Against Epilepsy, and Executive Council member, Epilepsy Alliance Africa. He is also the founder of the Epilepsy Ambassador Initiative. Good evening, neuroscientist Bankole, and thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Mrs. Tolasumbo, and thank you for having me here today.
Over 80% of neurological conditions and health loss occur in low and middle income countries. How did we get here?
Yeah, the reason why it happened is because of the treatment gap. Okay, when you compare the low-income countries with the developed countries, like in some sub-Saharan African countries, you have like a particular doctor to more than 1 million or like to more than 300 to 500 patients. Okay, when it comes to neurological care. You even have some countries who don't have more than one neurologist. And when it comes to neurology disorder, there are lots of specialists. Some are taking care of people with movement disorder, some of them for headache and pain, some for epilepsy care and the rest. And when you have in a country just one neurologist, you could imagine the kind of challenges such kind of country will be having. So it's not perfect, the reason why that statistics is there. The treatment, the gap between the patient available as well as the doctors that take care of them shows a lot of reason why we're finding it difficult to meet up with the World Health Organizational requirements for treatment of most of the neurological disorders.
What are these neurological conditions?
You have headache, you have movement disorder, you have epilepsy, you also have people with stroke, cerebrovascular diseases, and you have a couple of other ones too, like what are they called? There are a lot of them. Any condition that for one reason or the other that affect the normal functioning of the brain, okay, is a neurological condition. You can give it whatsoever name, okay, but there are a lot of them. So names are given based on the area that is affected in the brain and what functions of the body is affected. Like for example, the cerebrovascular is actually as a result of blood not getting to the brain as that went to. So it brings about the result. It brings about is a stroke in most cases. Okay, and for epilepsy is as a result of a recurrent seizure. It's also one of the conditions, okay, that affect the brain, okay, in the neurological conditions too as well. Also stroke. You also have Parkinsonian condition, where people find it difficult, okay, to respond in time to external stimuli. Okay, so there are lots of them. It only depends on which part of the brain is affected and what function that part is concerning.
Okay, these health conditions, the neurological conditions, you mentioned headache as one of them. Many people ignore headache, health conditions or symptoms as little as headache. Could this be attributed to some lifestyle changes, or are there other predisposing factors here?
Of course, there are a lot of predisposing factors to most neurological conditions. Like you mentioned headache, and everybody will look at headache as, something that has to do with when you are tired, something like the tension, then possibly you work all the day around and you are tired. The next thing is possibly you have headache and you need to take painkiller, something like paracetamol, simple count, what's it called? Over-the-counter drugs. But there are some headaches that are actually neurological. Like, for example, migraine headache. Like when it comes to migraine, it has stages. You have different types of migraine. We have classical and ordinary migraine. For classical, you have what we call aura. Some things, you start to notice some things even before the headache itself. Okay? Just like you notice when someone has a seizure with epilepsy. The same to happen when you're having a classical kind of migraine. Before the headache itself, for some people who have it, they will notice that either they have numbness as a symptom. Some of them will have, like, how will I call it? They will have a kind of blood vision as a aura. Some of them will either have like ordinary headache. Okay? Ordinary headache will be due to tension, stress, or some other things. But migraine is actually a neurological condition that has its own predisposing factors. And those are the ones I've mentioned earlier.
Okay, not many would regard epilepsy as a neurological condition. Tell us, how do you want members of the public to change their perception about this neurological condition?
It is actually an important one because people getting to understand that epilepsy is a neurological condition will go a long way to stop stigma, okay, as well as discrimination against people living with it. One of the reasons why we should understand the fact that epilepsy is a neurological condition is that they should know that all forms of movement in the body, be it our hands, our neck, the way we talk, the way we do things, are controlled by our brain. Okay? So for epilepsy, it's a physiological concept. Okay? The way the brain works, whenever that function is altered and is not functioning in the right way again, depending on the part that is affected, okay, it tends to be overfiring on some neurons. I want to talk about neurons here because I know I'm talking to general audience. Okay, let me use like a transformer. For example, in our street, okay, our transformer functions very well. It steps down our electricity at home. But once in a while, there is sudden upsurge of this thing, light that is due to transformer malformation. As a result of that, you don't tend to see the transformer in your house. What you see is your bulb, your television, and all those things getting malfunction. Some of them even damaging. The same thing too. You don't get to see your brain falling down. What you see is your hand jacking. What you see is your head hitting the floor. What you see is people falling on the street. Just like you won't understand the fact that transformer is having fault and your telly at home, okay, is damaging. Your light is malfunctioning. The same thing too. You have to try as much as possible to understand the fact that when the brain that controls the hands, the legs, the way you see your speech and everything is affected, those things will likely malfunction. So that is why, despite the fact that we work easily when we don't have seizure, when you have seizure as a result of epilepsy, sometimes you fall down. That is why every one of us, because we are conscious, we see people in front of us, we talk to them. But when the brain malfunctions, sometimes you find it difficult to communicate. You find it difficult to get to be aware of someone in front of you because the part of the brain, just like a transformer that controls that part, is malfunctioning. When we think this way, we will understand what is going on in the life and in the brain of people that are living with epilepsy.
Okay, neuroscientist Bankole, how can such person or such people live a meaningful life, ensure that their brain or neurological system becomes optimal?
understand what epilepsy is. Everybody should learn. Okay? Everybody has a phone. You don't just call and Google all kinds of things alone. Take your phone, type epilepsy, type seizure disorder. Get to know what it is. When you get to know it, and the next thing is stop discriminating against those who have it. When you stop discriminating against them, don't stigmatize them. Because you know the reason why? You're looking at those people having it and are discriminating and stigmatizing against them. Perhaps your driver or someone that rides a bike that you are following down to work is living with epilepsy. They will not confidently come out to tell you they're happy. And you don't know him like this in this victim because your driver is having it and he has an attack. Just close it. What happened? There could be an accident. And what happened in an accident? There could be trauma, either to the head or any part of the body. But you are afraid of what you are running from, don't get stigmatizing. You will let you fall into their shoe. So the best thing is get to understand what is wrong with them. Okay? Show kindness. Embrace them. Don't stigmatize or discriminate against them. There are things they can do just like others. Okay? You shouldn't just leave them out. Let's live an inclusive, all-inclusive life. Let our society embrace everyone, irrespective of their condition. Okay? And that is the best way to bring them along and not to kind of put them into a condition that will lead even to suicide. Okay? So I think that's what the best thing we can do for them. Embrace them, let society be all inclusive so that everybody will be affected, irrespective of their condition. One thing I have noticed is there are people who had accidents, traumatic injuries, they had their leg broken. They are proud to say, and I had a fracture in my leg. You have people who are diabetic, they'll tell you, I'm diabetic and I'm using drugs. But we hardly see people who live with epilepsy and say proudly that they have it. It's not for any reason. It's because we have stigmatized and we have given them names that is not physiological. It's either we say someone is kind of attacking them, is actually
a spiritual attack.
Or from one wizard, or all those kind of things. So it's difficult for them to actually come up because they are afraid of stigmatization. And this is what we should all do. We should stop it, we should embrace them, and try as much as possible to be kind to them. That's it.
Can epilepsy and other neurological conditions be managed to ensure meaningful life?
I would say it involves the combination of lifestyle choices, habits, and strategies that promote great health and well-being. Here are some of them. I'll just give you an example. Number one, exercise regularly. And why do you exercise? When you exercise, what physical activity does is to increase improve blood flow to the brain, thereby boosting cognitive function and neuroplasticity of the brain. Okay? So, you need to sleep soundly. Like I said, could bring about some neurological conditions. You need to stop. You should be like something for like 7 to 9 hours.
How do we achieve optimal care for the brain?
So number one, I will talk about exercise. Okay. The reason why exercise is good is that it improves blood flow to the brain, thereby boosting cognitive functions and neuroplasticity of the brain. Okay. Another one is sound sleep. Okay. We should aim to sleep for like maybe 7 to 9 hours. Okay. It will help our brain to consolidate memories, clear waste, as well as, to repair itself. All these things are necessary. Okay. Another one is eating balanced diet, which can, as a result of that, fuel our brain with nutrient-rich food, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Okay. So this can actually bring about optimum brain health care, So another one I would suggest here is staying hydrated, drinking plenty of waters throughout the day, so that we can maintain focus as well as our brain functions properly. Another one that will also enhance brain health is staying organized. Okay, maybe we use tools like calendar or to-do list, always planning our time so that we wouldn't be disorganized in what we do or get, how will I call it, carried away in unnecessary tasks. Another thing I would like to suggest here is we need to take breaks sometimes. Okay, give ourselves times to rest and recharge. Also, is sometimes we should always practice gratitude. We should reflect on things we are thankful for each day. So maybe we're not stopping there. I may still mention the fact that we need to stay focused and curious. Okay, we should embrace lifelong learning and explore new interests. Okay, so we should make sure we're getting enough vitamin D. Okay, by maintaining adequate vitamin D level as it is essential for our brain health. Okay, so all these I've suggested and other ones that I may not even remember, okay, is one of those way of taking care of our brain, and is a long-time investment, okay, for our overall well-being. By incorporating these tips into our daily life, you'll be supporting your brain health and setting yourself up for a happier and healthier life by doing this.
Ensure you protect your brain. It is all you have. It is the only key to your survival, key to your existence. Neurological condition is still the number one leading cause of disability around the world. Ensure you protect your brain at all costs. Neuroscientist Murtala Bankole, clinical physiologist in neurophysiology, assistant director sciences EEG Luth, an epilepsy advocate, PRO Nigerian League Against Epilepsy, Executive Council member, Epilepsy Alliance Africa, and founder, the Epilepsy Ambassadors Initiative. Thank you so much for your time and expertise on epilepsy and other neurological conditions.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be. Okay, thank you for having me once again, and goodbye.
Sound Health continues with trending health report from around the world. Please stay tuned.
Alright everyone, open your ears, make we talk. Time don reach to rearrange the sounds to give una small wisdom. Una think say una sabi. Sounds might be fresh now, but una own abeg no be so. Before una go talk say our smell no reach, make una think am twice so. We no dey here to dey point una with our small finger. We show una solution instead.
Ever heard of Colgate, the number one oral care brand in the world?
On our slide go find like chemistry as it's supposed be. You can see why we are the coolest around. For zero cavity and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy am, use am and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that will do your God with your smile.
It is good to know that all these neurological conditions such as stroke, meningitis, epilepsy can be prevented. They are preventable. They can equally be managed if you report symptoms early enough to the nearest specialist or nearest health facility. For comments and inquiries, or you have topics you'd like us to treat, please send SMS to 0035826603 or follow us on social media at Lagos Television #SoundHealth. A sound health is a sound mind. Make healthy living your choice.